Hello everyone, a hearty welcome to you all. I am Sacred and thank you for joining me in another mod spotlight in Hearts of Iron 4. In our today's episode, we are going to take a look to the newly released mod, which is still in the alpha by the way, called Hearts of Darkness of the Victorian Era. It has been released just one day ago and updated some hours ago. So it's a really fresh mod. The link will be as always down below in the description, and perhaps go sure of checking out my Patreon as well. Okay, so let's take a look to the map first. And then we have the turn of the century. Yeah, you shouldn't play this scenario, then your game will crash. So the turn of the century. Okay, that's certainly the wrong description though. Here we go. We have some major nations like the French Empire, the United States, the UK, the Kingdom of Prussia, the Ottoman Empire, the Russian Empire, and the Austrian Empire. If we take a look to the map, that is how Europe back then looks like. Yeah, especially Germany looks kind of correct, I can say, I can relate, so that's not bad, I guess. There are certain new ideologies like monarchism, democracy. Well, most of the countries are actually monarchists. So the main ideology is monarchism. Nearly every country is kind of monarchist. So yeah, we have non-aligned and democratic. But you can still go communist or fascist. So yeah, there you see it. Let's take a look to the mod description. A historical timeline extender mod. This game extends the timeline from the original 1936 start date back to 1860 and plans on extending the time and the date when all possible research is done, to 1900 and eventually back to 1836 and 1800. The mod will have new start dates, custom technology, custom national focuses, events and alternate history routes for everyone to enjoy. Note, this mod is currently in alpha version 1 and only parts of the mod that have been completed are the map, country politics, leaders. Future updates will focus on fleshing out the mod and then advancing time through events and national focuses. Go sure to check the mod. Current version is actually Alpha A 1.1. What happened until now is a complete 1860 map, politics, flags, leader portraits, and localizations for our countries, 57 new states, 26 new countries, and 2 new factions. Let's get into the game, reviewing the United Kingdom first. Yep. Alright. So, what a thing which you can actually see is that Africa is mainly uncolonized. Therefore, yeah, Africa is not worth a fighting ground. The only nation which controls the vital parts of Africa is actually the Ottoman Empire. The Ottoman Empire having actually the vassals and Sultanate of Acer, where's Acer as their puppet. Oh, here's Acer, so that's an Ottoman puppet too. Okay. There you see, the Ottoman Empire is still quite strong. Britain controls their colonies and Oman just controls the tiny province there. So there you see British imperialism. Let's start. You have to know that all of the nations that don't have an army, an air force or a navy. So keep that in mind. It's the same for every nation, enabling you to blitz some conquests. Yeah, certainly. So then, we can see well, the army size is the same for every nation. If you take a look at the spectator mode first. Britain has around 47 million people as their core population and 32, not 79 factories. French Empire has 43 factories. The Russian Empire is quite strong with 110 factories, well, if you see which nations they control. And I find it quite sad that they can't release nations like Poland or Finland back then. Or, okay, at least you can. And we have the Austrian Empire with 44 million people and 51 factories. The Ottoman Empire with 50 million people and 51 factories. Then the Kingdom of Prussia with only 18 factories and 25 million people. And we have the Benelux states here. Netherlands being quite strong controlling the Dutch East Indies too. And then, of course, last but not least, here some changes in America. For example, Chile doesn't control Alta Antofagasta and it doesn't control Arica. Chile has to fight for it. And then the Brazilian Empire doesn't control the province of Acre, for example. And then we have the USI, with being the strongest nation in the world. And then we have the province of Canada with 16 factories, but also Canada doesn't control New Brunswick, and they do not control New Halifax too. So these are still provinces which haven't been integrated into Canada. So, and Alaska is controlled by the Russian Empire, but I don't think it's worth anything because it has no resources and nothing in it that's worth capturing it. And then China is unified as the Qing Empire with 447 million people and 53 factories, so actually being stronger than the Japanese in terms of factories. So I'm gonna see how the Japanese will capture the Qing Empire. All interesting. Then the British Raj being, of course, a colony of the British Empire. Well, then I would say, yeah, always know every nation doesn't have an army, so let's actually go ahead and get started into playing of this mod, I would say. Also, yeah, I'm going to play as the United Kingdom and turn fascist, just to make it a fun game for the spotlight. And well, I mean, it's far away from being complete, but I will show you that you can still enjoy this mod. So please go sure to check out. For example, yeah, you could perhaps conquer Russia as Sweden, Norway. Well, it's hard, but you could try. I mean, they only have 10 times more factories. But there's a new ideology. I told you it's monarchism. The thing with monarchism is actually, if you are monarchism, then you can only declare war if world tension is at 100%. So let's actually take Russia for an example. It's the Soviet tag, I'm sorry. Take Soviet Union, yeah, that's the Russian tag. You see, actually, monarchists, they can only generate war at 100%, join faction at 100%, land lease 100%, send volunteers 100%, and annex costs plus 50%, and take state costs plus 25%. Plus, they can only guarantee beginning from 25%. So that's monarchism, although I don't think that monarchist nations will intervene, since, yeah, mainly they didn't intervene. So let's get back to the English nation, and let's go ahead and play as the English Empire. So we have, firstly, we have to re-establish British naval dominance. I'll do this while building a good mix of convoys. Actually, I need convoys to support my colonies, so I need to build that for many of these, and a good mix of other ships, predominantly in the British Empire, in the province of the Greater London area. Then, yeah, actually, our technology is that you cannot research anything because 1980 equipment is 58 years ahead. Therefore, you are stuck with what you have, and you don't have much, I can tell you that. So, the only thing what's worth researching is you only have artillery and infantry. So, I wouldn't go for mobile warfare. I would go for something which is mainly based for infantry. You could go for the mass assault doctrine, because that's mainly, I think, based on infantries. Combat with tanks, yeah, that's... Actually, I think the, yeah, this right path of mass mobilization is the best thing. I mean, this path of infiltration, let's see, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... Okay, I would go for this path. Let's go for a Grand Battle Plan and get the infiltration infantry path. You can only actually research, yeah, doctrines, nothing else. Or what we cannot even do naval invasions because we don't have transport ships. So that's quite problematic if you ask me. How are we supposed to like invade France then? I wanted to do that, but now I cannot, since we cannot do any naval invasions. That's quite sad. I don't think I won't play as Britain then. I changed my mind. I'm sorry, because if we cannot do naval invasions, yeah, I mean, we should have at least have transport ships unlocked. I think that's the most minor thing, but we don't. So that's quite sad. What we can do is let's play. Which nation should we play? Perhaps, I don't know, as the French Empire trying to restore the French Empire, well, trying to regain Napoleon's glory. I think we can do that, yes. So let's take France, let's take France and to apply as France then. Or actually I'm thinking it's either France or the Ottoman Empire. The Ottoman Empire is kind of stronger than the French, I think. Yeah, they're stronger than the French. Plus they control more land. But we'd have to fight the Austrian Empire then. But I think we'll do fine. We should... Well, I'd like to do a lot at this point. I don't know, Ottoman Empire or French Empire. I'm quite undecisive here. The French have their... Let's play as France, come on. Let's play as France. Well, it was Turkey the last time, so it's time to play as France. Then I'll actually go for the factories, Fox 3. Well, I need to clearly gain more factories. So I need to militarize my country to go to war. So let's build mainly, predominantly military factories in our nation. Then I'll get the Grand Battle Plan Doctrine, and then, well, I have basic ships, so I'll go for let's see, let's go for this trade addiction. Since we don't have the heavy ships, I think that's the better path then. And then we cannot go for this. This is all ahead of time. Perhaps no point in taking an air doctrine. So yeah, clearly this mod is an alpha and needs more development. Okay, but that's making the game perhaps easier to play. Yeah, perhaps. So let's get 4 weapons, 2 artillery. Pretty much right now, let's switch it by 1. Yeah, well, we don't have steel problems as the French Empire, that's for sure. Get many convoys. Let's get the oil from the Russian Empire, fine, and play on the highest speed. Come on. We don't have any subjects and not any colonies, I think. France, they didn't conquer their colonies yet, so yeah, we are stuck with our mainland possessions. So we are far not as powerful as the British Empire is, but we will change this, of course. So let's see, we'll first have to get an army. Oh yeah, we need to get experience first. Well, we don't have any experience, therefore we cannot create an army. We don't even have sub battalions, so that's not really making things nice. So therefore I would have to go for army experience first to make the game playable. Yeah, plus 5 army experience. Well, I have to go for this. I'm sorry, this. No way around. No way around. So let's go for aggressive focus to get the army experience there. Well, it's actually that no nation can make can produce troops, and I think in this world we just may just march through any just march through the nations. So I don't know. I may just march through the nations and just conquer them one by one. Well, let's see how things work out. Yeah, we certainly need political power in the first instance for the for extra army experience gain. Yeah, I intend to get Henry Giraud if I get the political power, so we can get at least a basic sense of experience. Actually, we have to turn fascist as France, yeah. Oh no, we have to complete the right-wing authority. Oh, great. So let's go ahead and, yeah, perhaps explore the right, because it's no point of doing anything if we are monarchists. But, let me go right. We will recreate the French Empire, truly an empire then, and get all of the nations, countries, all of the countries' strength and power. Oh, I actually don't think, why did the Ottoman leader just die? He just killed himself, I don't know what happened, he just died. Our leader is Rolf Aidley. Well, that's quite weird to say the least, but okay. Yeah, we can at least finish our naval doctrine. That's I think, fairly positive thing. Go on the reform, let's maximize out 1. Now, yeah, revise Versailles. Okay. So I'm saving the power up, the rest I can get a military theorist with. And we can also get perhaps here the cultural norms like the hierarchy to build our factories faster. Yeah. I want to get many infantry equipment first. Artillery can wait perhaps. Yeah, first weapons, then artillery. We'll recreate the French La Grande Armée, the Grand Army of the French. Yeah, no nations actually have. So this mod is really an alpha, but still taking a look on it. I'll do an and extend it, I'll actually do a complete new spotlight when this mod leaves the alpha. Yeah, let's go for the spot right, so we can get the right wing leader, the one nation, and then we're gonna create the mighty French army. Perhaps I have the puppets on countries because I think 42 million. Well, if we enact has the requirement, we'll get around 4 million. 4.2 million of core population. That's quite acceptable, I would say there. So the leader will be Adolphe Pétain. I think this is his father. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. Let's see. The Emperor Napoleon. Well, sadly, well, let's say we'll still stay a monarchy. We still stay a monarchy, but the thing will be that we'll be fascist-led monarchy. That's just a slight difference. There we go. No right-wing rhetoric. We're gonna get him, so no need to spend our power for him. Instead, what can I get? National character. Well, let's get power in politics. That's a useful thing. And then, yeah, expand with our research here. Okay. We are getting there. Nice. We got 7 army experience. Therefore, we can create the first. Let's name it Grande Division. Just a grand division, because it's really grand with 1 infantry brigade. Well, at least we have artillery too, so let's see what's actually better. Cavalry or infantry? I actually think that infantry... Yeah, let's get some cavalry. Let's, yeah, get both. Cavalry and infantry. The mighty and grand division. Let's train so many as we can. Let's train, yeah, why not? Let's train 101 divisions. 101 divisions in Alsace-Lorraine. The might of the French army. It shall be. Then, next thing. Now I can go for the factories here, for the expansion of the French nation. And get the focuses done. It's the only thing that's actually worth getting. There we go. Actually, if you just keep playing at one point, you may even be able to research the other equipment. That's quite far away. Because all of those nations do not have any units. I think I even may be able to annex all of the German Confederation at once, if I get fascists. Well, if that happens, I have to say that will be greatly strengthened. Insanely strengthened. Yeah, I think I may puppet the Austrians then. Oh, the Canadians seek immediate repatriation. That's not so nice. They're burning the oil fortress. Oh, Canada, why? Why would you do that? Let's go for extra military factories, quite a bit there. There we go, we have 101 divisions. They are ready themselves to create a forward line here to capture all of the German Confederation, because, you know, France is strong enough to do so. Normandy, and then where else we can build in Provence. Alright. Nobody can stop the French Empire. Well, after we turn fascist, we are currently 34% fascist, so it's still a bit away. But I'm saving up my political power, let's say, yeah. Let's save it up. Let's get convoy sailing. I'm not sure of completely annexing the Austrians or of puppeting them. We'll see. I think I'll, yeah, completely annex. I'll puppet no one. No one. Okay, let's see, get the extra factories, because I don't think that we'll need the extra research slots here. Let's get the extra factories. We at least control Algiers. Yeah, we do. So the factories will get accountable. I think we actually have 12,000 infantry equipment in storage, 12,000, so I'll increase it to actually 2 brigades. That's a massive improvement. Let's actually say even 3 brigades. It'll require 6,000 equipment, but our army is already 300,000 strong at this point. And these nations still even do not have a single division. Tell me, what can stop the mighty French army? What? There's nothing. After we turn fascists. At this point, the coup can actually happen at any moment, I think. Yeah. Let's actually get what industrialists, as well as the sound workers. Okay. I'm waiting for Adolphe Pétain to take charge of the nation. There we go. Yeah, let's get more weapons because I don't think that the AI will actually produce any divisions. But still, it's fun to just conquer everyone, isn't it?
Attention!
There we go. Only traitors to the country have to have anything to fear. There we go. We got extra population to recruit. That's great. Commander will be Field Marshal August Ney Eichinger. There we go. Now the Mouvement Francis is leading the country. Well, Alf Petan, he looks quite like a gentleman, doesn't he? It's quite nice. Now we can justify against the Austrian Empire. Let's see which will cause the least world tension. That's 1%. That would take too much, so I'll rather go for the struggle here, and now I'll declare against the Duchy of Baden. Okay, 125 days. They still do not have a single division. That's simply great. So then let's build more factories in Pas-de-Calais. And then, yeah, we're quite steady. Give me please 1 second, I have to go. Okay, excuse me please, well I don't think we missed anything important anyway, so what should I go for? Well, there's nothing really, perhaps Army of Aggression, yeah. The French Army of Aggression. Yeah. So, I'll just present to you how fast we can conquer everyone. Thing is sadly that there's a problem, because the justifications, they take their time. For example, yeah, we have to wait 125 days for nothing. Well, perhaps I justify against the Russian Empire as well. Yeah. Well, 245 days, that's quite a bit, so let's wait until we finish this justification and then start justifying. So, okay, our units are ready to strike against the eternal of all enemies. Now it's finished. Now we're gonna declare war, call allies we have none. There we go. They are calling in all the nations. Now we are fighting all of them. Isn't it great? We are fighting the entire German Confederation. Just see how fast the French army will crush the Germans. Just see. Look and be astonished by your own. Isn't that a nice warfare? Isn't that a nice warfare? The French army is just marching through unopposed. Just a strong army, liquidating everyone and everything on its way. No countries stand a chance. No countries stand a chance. It's so fast that I can't even keep up clicking. Yeah, we didn't suffer even one casualty. Well, if that's not a blitzkrieg, I wouldn't know what to say here. It's certainly a great blitzkrieg. France first. There we go. Who can resist? Who? Tell us. Tell us. Come on. Isn't it great? How we are just mourning down everyone. Just that you see in Budapest. Come on. Now they should surrender. The Austrians. They surrendered. Who? Oh, okay, we have to. There we go. Well, isn't it great? Let's pass sometimes and conquer the entire German Confederation. Well, that's the way. That's the way war has to be fought. That easy. Ladies and gentlemen, it's that easy. There we go. There we go. Just great, isn't it? I think I got everyone. Yeah. There we go. That's a great strengthening of the Nation Française. Really, let's even get more weapons. More weapons, weapons, and weapons. No artillery, only weapons. Let's see how vast our army can get. Oh, I didn't justify against the Russians. 45 days. Let's see how fast the Russians. Let's actually get the armies as well. The restoration of the Roman Empire. The restoration of the Roman Empire. So let's see. 101 divisions.
Attention.
Only for the Russians. There we go. There we go. let's see how long the French invasion of Russia will take. Well, I think Napoleon would have liked to see France that strong, and that's normal. French 51, but I'm going to modify them. Actually increasing their division size. So we can call it a decent army. Okay, there we go. Alright, so hello Russia, I can't see your units. Declare war, call allies, and let's see how fast we will be able to mow down the Russian Mets. There we go, marching into Russian territory. Blitzkrieging, just Russia. We started the war in October, let's see when the war will be done. Well, Russians have a unity of 90%, so we'll have to capture quite a bit of their nation, but we'll succeed with that. So, okay, the Ottomans, you are next. You are the next one on the list. What we can get is, let's get extended, let's actually get war economy and extended conscription. Yeah, almost 53 million people. Hello, Russia. I think Russia likes. I think they're just welcoming the French units, the French army. That's why we can just march in that easily and that unopposed. Isn't that great? Actually, I should have played as France. I should have played as perhaps Greece and just conquered the whole world, or perhaps as Switzerland. This would have been more fun. I can agree. Yeah, I mean, I should have. It's my mistake that I didn't. Because it's our perhaps as this nation of Montenegro and just conquered the whole world with it. Yeah, it would be certainly doable. Perhaps it would take a bit longer, but not really a big of a problem since actually no one produces any units. Let's say, yeah, slight difference here, slight problem maybe. Okay, assign new commander against an invincible army of the Ottoman Empire with 0 divisions. There we go. Okay. Now we are fighting the Ottoman Empire and the fall of Moscow. Allied forces have occupied Moscow. Yeah, I mean, we aren't allied, but I don't know what it says. And both sides, until now, lost 0 men. That's a nice loss ratio, I have to admit there, isn't it? That's quite nice that both sides actually lost 0 men. There we go. Well, here, it's surrender. Now the Ottoman Empire is maxed. Well, the Russians. What should we do? Annex them or puppet them? Well, they can't create any units anyways. Or perhaps they can. Let's see. Come on, continue marching into the Russian nation. The war is still not over. We have to capture Sevastopol.
Écoutez.
Therefore, this will march into there. Capture Leningrad. We are marching into Finland.
Pareil.
Finland, I said march in Finland, come on, more aggressive. I want to see an aggressive strike there. Let's create a new battle order with the offensive line of capturing all of these provinces here. There we go. Alright, alright. We captured Sevastopol.
Pareil.
Let's capture these remaining provinces here. And the Russians, they are actually 73%. What's calculation? They still have 0 divisions. Ah, isn't it great? Now the capital has been moved to Helsinki, so let's capture Helsinki. After that, we dealt a great blow to the Russian war machine. Our units marching in unopposed into Turkey as well, into the Ottoman Empire without any problems. What? Spain declared war on the UK, and the UK joined Boer states? What? The Boer state faction? What? So, the Orange Free State is the leader of the faction, and the UK and Britain and the US joined this very faction. That's quite interesting. Oh, look, see, Britain is getting the 1st divisions. Britain is getting the 1st divisions. Isn't that great? Well, the Boer Nation faction is perhaps the a thing like a new allies. Yeah, the new allies for the new Boer. Well, it's quite interesting.
Attention.
Well, the Russians, they're clearly not surrendering easily. Come on, it's here. Well, 90%, so they are only 85%. Well, that's taking some time. It's clearly it is. What else do we have to capture? I think we have to capture all the way into Vladivostok. Yeah, so the march through Russia will take some time, but victory will be ours at the end. Yeah, the Ottomans, let's see, they are soon gonna surrender, I guess. Yeah, okay, where's the capital? The capital is in Tunisia, which is worth 10 victory points. Well, our army is marching through swiftly. Just look to the mighty French Empire already. Oh well, we forgot to take the Lux states. Such a shame. Such a shame. Yeah, well, how is the war gonna be fought out now between the British and the other nations? I'd like to see that, please. Let's train another of the grand divisions. Okay, let's train perhaps how many? 100? Yeah, 150, why not? The Russians still resisting. The Turks too. Although their moment will come, their victory points, Sena, Jeddah, I think we have to capture Tunis and then the war will be over. Yeah. The Ottoman Empire is, I would say, greatly crippled at this point. They have 1 military, 1 civilian and 3 civilian and 1 military factory left. They are 94% towards capitulation. They still have 0 divisions. Look to this mighty nation here, to the Principality of Montenegro. Well, they can't really construct very much, can they? Not really, I'd say. Not really. Come on, Russia, surrender. Do we have any victory points here, which we capture? Guys, I'll value the Treaty of Tunis. Well, I'm going to take all of these states, thank you, and sultanate the Eka. Okay, there we go. The Nation Française. Yeah, we are quite the powerhouse here, quite the strength active.
Écoutez.
Let's actually get these divisions back and with the goal of capturing the remnants of the Russian Empire here in Finland. Ah, this is great.
Écoutez.
It's amazing, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so, well, I'm gonna finish the episode though, I think. Yeah, this mod, to be honest, needs some clear work in itself. It's really unfinished. You could arguably say still an alpha, but still it should have a certain degree of finishing. But it was still fun to play, but I wouldn't play it more. It was still fun to play. I hope that the mod developer will keep his efforts up for the mod, and then I think this mod can turn to be a great one. But how I said, the mod still needs very, very much of developing. After that, I'm certain it can be a great mod to play and fun if it has custom focuses, custom events and custom functions, but only then.
Attention!
Attention. Come on. The Congress of Russia is taking some time here. Perhaps it's taking too long because I think the Russians, they would have capitulated by this very moment. Well, we can see they are not. Well, they are though 99% towards capitulation, so just a question of time, I guess. After you capture Celia or Archangel, Arhangelsk, there we go, to Vladivostok. And I'm going to take, sorry, Russia, let's pass on times, take all states. Alrighty ho, there we go. Now look to the Nation Française. We control around, well, we still control less people than China does, by the way, but still we control the 384 factories. So what could stop the Nation Française? Tell me. At this point, oh, let's actually see Britain got their first divisions. Wow, let's see how did they get them. They got 244,000 units, or they created them by themselves, I think. That's great for them. USA and Canada is still lacking troops, so only Britain has troops. Anyways, thank you all for watching and have a good day. Goodbye.